Synergies among alluvials can make or break your team. I'll be explaining how they work, and I'll get into a little theory craft, so stay tuned. Hi, my name is Najif. I'm a time traveler, and I've been to Illuvium. I'm here to prepare all of you for this magical world. Your journey will be starting soon, so pay attention. You won't want to miss any of this. We have all the synergies mapped out for the base affinity and classes, as well as a few others. Let's take a look. Alright, synergies, let's get into it. Alright, so these first two pages are base affinities in the base classes, their synergies, and the description of it. I'm not going to go through and read every one of these, so you can pause it, take a screenshot if you want to save this for later. But just looking at it quick, we have stacks here. So what this pretty much means is if you have 3 stacks of air affinities, you're going to get 15 agility, and then it goes on 6 and 9, and you'll see that works its way all the way through. I'll get into this a little bit more later, but for example, fire will count as 1 stack towards this. And again, this is just your base classes. They work the same way. You have the stacks. 3, 6, and 9 will get you to that next layer of synergy, or a next layer of the buff. Again, go ahead and take a screenshot of this if you'd like it. So over here we have 3 other upgraded affinities and 3 upgraded classes. Now these work a little differently. So you can see the stacks are 2, 3, and 4 instead of 3, 6, and 9. And these will actually get 2 layers of buffs. So you'll see in this column, for every water stack there is on your team, you're going to get 3 energy regeneration. And then for every nature stack on your team, you're going to get 1% max health recovery. And then when it comes to the stacks in this third column, this is stacks for just specifically other poison affinities. So if you have 2 poison affinities, you'll get the 10% max health as energy damage, and then, so on with 15% and 20%. So I'm going to break this down in a further slide. So if we're looking at poison over here, for a quick example, if on your team you have 5 water stacks and say 3 nature stacks, you're going to have this times the 5 and this one times the 3. So you'll end up with 15 energy regen and 3 max health regen or recovery. And then let's say you had 1 other poison that will give you this stack of 2, so you'll get the 10% max health. Now that I've confused you even more, I think an example will help you visualize things. Okay, so here's an example. If you want more content like this, breaking down gameplay mechanics, show some love and smash that like button. If we're looking at a few different affinities here. So we're looking at nature, fire, and conflagration. So if you set up a team that looks like this, so on your board, you have 2 fire types, 1 nature type, 2 conflagration, and 1 inferno. This is how the synergies are gonna come out. For each fire, you get 1 stack of fire. So you get 1 here, 1 here. For nature, you get 1 stack of nature. For conflagration, you're going to get not only the 1 stack for conflagration, you're also going to get 1 stack for nature and 1 stack for fire. And then inferno, we know, is 2 fires together, so you're going to get 2 stacks of fire there. In total, we have 6 stacks of fire, 3 stacks of nature, and 2 stacks of conflagration. So if we look back up here, we have 6 stacks of fire. So let's mark that down. And then we have 3 stacks of nature and 2 stacks of conflagration. So each fire type is going to get that 150 max energy as energy damage. Your nature has the 3 stacks. So you're looking up here, it's going to get the 30% max health recovery. Now this is where it gets a little more interesting. So for conflagration, you are going to get, for fire right here, for the 10% vulnerability, you have 6 stacks of fire. So you're going to multiply that by 6. And you have 3 stacks of nature. So this is going to get multiplied by 3. So for the first part of the buff right here, you can see it's going to be 60 vulnerability from the fire. You're going to get 30 health gain from the nature. And then from the conflagration itself, you're going to have 2 stacks, so you're going to get that 3-second debuff, and that's going to be for both of your configuration. I don't have this marked down here because we actually don't know what the buff is for Inferno yet. So I hope that helped explain how it might work during a battle. So what you'll find with the affinities and classes that are upgraded, as in they're not your base affinity or class, they're going to act more like the team that you place them with. If you have a conflagration alluvial in a deck with a lot of fire alluvials, it's going to act more like fire, because this vulnerability is more of a fire buff and it's going to be exaggerated here. But on the other hand, if you have it more with a nature deck, the health gain on hit is going to be upgraded higher. It's going to act more like a nature alluvial. Theory crafting can be fun. I've come up with a couple combos that seem like they'll work very well together. But I want to hear what combos you think will work well together. Comment down below. So a little bit of theory crafting, just looking through what we have quick. If you look at nature and bulwark, it looks like a very tanky combination. So you're going to get the max health recovery, but it's also going to give you additional max health for the bulwark. So when you put these two together as a combo, it may not put out that much damage, but it's going to be very tanky, something that you can put up front that's going to be hard to break through. Another one I saw here was a Spore and the Empath. So the Spore is going to allow you to dodge and get some health recovery while lessening the attack damage from your opponent. So this is the tankier part of it. The Empath part is actually going to buff a teammate. So you get to lessen the hits on you and be a little tanky while you're helping out a teammate that might have a lot higher damage output. So we're looking at how you would want to customize your deck when it comes to affinities. This is a chart I made. I've made a video in the past going over this chart before, so you might want to take a look at that. But basically it shows that each one of these base affinities is strong to two others, but weak to another two. I did send this out on the Discord, and I got a response from one of the creators, Aaron. So from what it looks like to me, this is all but confirmed. So in the previous video, you'll see that I gave examples of two different types of affinities in your deck, but not just any random two. So if you really like the fire type, you don't want to put it with a nature type, because if you come across rock, it's going to dominate both your fire and your nature, and it's going to leave you with nothing to counter back. So if you really like fire and you want fire, you're going to be hurt by water and earth. So really your second affinity, you're going to want it to be air. So if you are countered by earth and water, your air can counter that earth and water. In adding that together with what we've learned from Synergies, fire and air equal shock. So from what it looks like, if you have a deck with these three affinities in it, then you look like you'll be in pretty good shape and have a well-rounded team. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and come back for some more Illuvium content. Thanks.